This meeting is being recorded. We now got a special loudspeaker lady telling us this meeting is being recorded. That's
Yeah,
cool.
we are online.
Yeah, well, it's happening for real.
Happening for real. Here we are. Another week with Ingrid and Robert.
We had some really good idea today, and it was connecting the higher self better, or improve it, or stimulate it, or support it in whatever way people can use it.
Yeah,
And doing that by delivering codes. And you had something like
I use color waves.
Scholar, right?
Yeah,
And so that was the idea to start with, and then we will see what happens. And
yeah.
and Inger said that's only taking 4 minutes. I said no, we need to do a whole hour. So we're going to see how it will work out. So, do you want to start, or shall I start? What's the best in your feel? How does it feel best?
I can start, and then you can deliver the codes necessary because I can bring in like a field for the codes to land in.
Yeah, super. Let's
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. And
Okay.
how do you call it?
I call it scalar waves.
Scholar wave.
It's an energy that actually most healers use it. When it comes in, it's dismantle the obstacles that is between a fuller or deeper connection between the soul and the body. Because if you ever should say that the soul has a desire, it is to manifest and create through the body, to come deeper down. And the body, in its essence, also are longing for that merging on a deeper level to become one.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna
let's do it.
bring in that, yeah. Ayunemenia kasha teika, anamaniki okoto shono menia tai, ayakono no te dianam, ayakio tono mina, shia katoyo menitio to mena ashtatanana kyoto no na ati, ayamenene kyoto no tiamana a. Amanaki otoyo, onomishai, ekiato. You go.
Okay. Thank you. That was really wavy. And so I'm going to focus my energy for everybody who's listening or watching this in all time and space, in all their lifetimes, to reconnect, to establish a better connection, a stronger connection, a deeper connection between their body and their soul, to take away any blockages, any programs which are stopping this or holding this back, and to manifest this deepened, strengthened soul and body connection, so that there will also be a strong connection to the earth. Shotoi oto shai nai oto yanai shur a iana i uko kon a ia ko aina shur da iana ya o shur yana nai Shai Nuari Unda Iunda Araya na ya shurna ya yoto shundara da ya undo yondo
I love that sequence because the picture I got when I brought down the energy was like a huge field of just crystalline energy that is very aligned to the structure of the soul, or whatever you want to call it. And when you come in with the codes, it was like you were putting the energy to different points in that field, and the points lit up like it was spots that came online. And then it started to look like geometric shapes, geometric patterns that actually by design could hold stronger energy for, like me, in my body, so that my soul had more anchoring points without me or my humanness going into an overwhelm.
Yeah.
So that was an absolutely beautiful energy to start with.
Yeah. Nice opening.
Nice opening, yeah. We're present.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we spoke of also, it kind of fits nicely into my experience of the energies the last week, because they have been huge. Not for me, but I also know for the rest of the world, it's been like a huge dismantling. Like, if you can imagine that you reach a point in your life where you say, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I make a new choice for my life. And a dismantling started to happen. And for me, it felt like I was falling completely apart. It felt terrible, but there was nothing I could do, because I couldn't hold myself together. My consciousness, my perception of reality, it wasn't there. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I did the only thing I could do. I kind of surrendered, or kind of actually gave up doing anything, because there wasn't anything I could do.
Yeah.
And as I did that, I felt like, these opera singers that have this voice that they can break glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like I was a glass in the air, and someone put and a voice came or a sound came, and I became fractured into a lot of pieces, and I fell. But it was in a very good way, because it was kind of the only thing it could happen without my humanness coming in to try to take control and try to start to glue the break together again, glue the pieces together again. So when I kindly landed and started to feel okay with my new self, it was a beautiful state. And it felt kind of very weird, because everything I have believed, everything I have thought was going to happen or take place or anything, it wasn't there anymore. It had no anchoring point in this reality. And I felt empty, and I knew that I needed to asked to get a renewed vision. And this was very confirmed because, you know, in the moment you're looking for something and suddenly something pops up somewhere that actually confirms that. It's like I had the same thing taking place in 2012, where I actually also show that the new reality will be all about service. And what this person who showed up that exact same day said that the new vision need to be something that is bigger than the sum of self. And for me, that means landing in a place within you where you can be of completely unconditional service.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked 2 nights in a row when I went to bed, okay, I want to have a dream. I want to know my renewed vision. And guess what? The only thing I had during that night were my old visions. And I said, what is this? And he said, this is the rest of the dismantling that is still hanging in your field. That
Mm-hmm.
has to be completely cleared before the new is coming in. So it's a process that I think a lot of us are going through, completely letting go of our old belief system, everything at an even deeper level. Because we are doing it for ourselves, but there's also something about doing it as a collective.
Yeah.
So then the impact of what you're going through actually feels like it's getting much stronger.
Mm-hmm. I think that as you know that all my codes are for the collective as well.
Mm,
And I think that many people underestimate the work of the effect of the collective.
yeah.
Interesting to when you said that new visions, I was writing down new visions,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it was like, what's next? And then
Mm,
it's I think it's more the base is still needed, because
yeah.
when we connect or re-establish the connection between body and soul,
Mm,
and there's a foundation needed
mm,
in which the letting go is supported,
yeah.
because as egos, as human beings, we are really good in holding
Yeah.
and maintaining what we know, and we're really not good at letting go and opening up to what's new. So before we're going into what's next, we need to let go and open up for what's new.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good idea to put some codes for, especially, and that focused on the collective.
Yeah. What I was thinking about, Robert, is that what we usually are aware of are the, or are become aware of, are the patterns that are on the surface. But there is usually often a subconscious layer to all of this. And I felt that was actually what was clearing during my dream time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the subconscious roots. So yeah, I think it's really good to make some
Yeah.
quotes on that. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe afterwards you can see what kind of planetary additions
Mhm.
can be used. But first,
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I will focus on the collective, of course, all individuals and collective, but especially the
Mhm.
collective in all time and space, in all universes, to support any system, any programming, any energies for letting go, to support the ability to let go, and to be open to let go, and also to support all what is coming, to be open for all what is coming, all that is what we don't know yet, so that we are founding a new foundation to all what is next. Shukuku shtuku, shtuto shiti ka shitukuku shtutoy. Shi ko to sho to inana ka chi ko to stoi oroto. Hu sto do kui no nai shod ot I shi no matta shiata no morati ti kuku maran ai shi o yana ai sure sai I o stijoto of yan yan wa
Very interesting. The first I was shown was it was a sentence, clearing the basement. Yeah, and I saw like a basement in a house being completely cleared. Then the energy I was shown went straight to the left side of the brain and started to working like it dissolved the it's like usually when something happens we tend to define it, or we need to understand it, or we need to have an answer, or there's some kind of need connected to the way we experience the reality, so that the reality either feels safe or makes sense. And that was kind of loosening up a bit, so that it's not as rigid when it comes to the incoming streams of new energy and the understanding and experiencing of the new, so that the new kind of have it was like cracks again that open, and it's a very very softening energy that was very very interesting, as it was like the right brain just was sitting there waiting for the left to start co-working more with it on another level. I've never seen anything like that. It was very interesting. Let me see. I feel something is coming. I just bringing it through, and then I can see what it is. Urn iritar karadarana manakarti. Kirtu turuduru no turtiera karatasta. Kiritar marata tiroto kiritichtaki. Kuruteritita tarateni turu tarakar. Aretkio kotodona mena ayakotondania casa. Ayakotodona mena iakokia katan. Sienemenia katatono na morutu nuri tiratat katach. Kyo. Arach. Yaka. Actually, what came true was it was like a tree that had branches that went like that and all the way up to the universe, and down through that came a very very intense energy delivering frequency. And when it came deeper down, it was like I would describe it as a grandmother, star grandmother. She was very, like the hair consists of star energy and stuff, but she grounded deeply into the trunk of the tree. and down through its roots so that the energy came like all the way down. And she said that the loosening up of this energy is what will sustain us in kind of getting our ancient wisdom online. Because, as you said, the ancient wisdom isn't only from the earth experiences, but it's the experiences that we have brought with us through countless star systems and down here to keep a wholeness in our knowledge. So that, because you said it's the future is about co-creation, but the future is also about really learning to work with other energy systems like universal, galactic, planetary, where we can have an understanding of how to be of service also on other levels than the plain pure physical earth that we are used to. So it's like you can sit there, and when there's a need for code, maybe Venus, maybe another galaxy needs the code that can be accessed through your energetic system, through your experience and wisdom. And it's about learning to make this bigger reality make sense for a human being without the human as getting the feeling of being too far out, not understood here, but bringing it together in like a symphony, like she came in that tree, in that tree of life, the cosmic energy, possibility to kind of anchor down, 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 deep down into the roots. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but if not.
Yeah, yes, you are. You always are. One of your gifts is that you can explain things which normal people can't explain, and you can put words in it, so it sounds like really normal.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, seriously, that was a compliment. So,
yeah. Because this was absolutely.
But it tickled my fantasy, and
yeah.
so what happened was that in the movie Avatar, these blue beings, they got this connector tail in their head, and you were talking about the tree of life, and they were connecting to the tree of that planet to get all the energy and the downloads, which were like the downloads you were talking about of this knowledge. So I was thinking of when we're working for the collective and everybody who's listening, let's do a little space trip.
Yeah.
And so close your eyes and put your hand on your heart, and then I will take you to a spaceship. This spaceship, in this spaceship, we are all avatars. We all have a connector on the back of our head like a ponytail, and we're going with this spaceship on tour to all galaxies where there is a tree of life. And in each galaxy where there's a tree of life, we make a stop and we connect and we absorb all this knowledge to remember all the knowledge we already got in our systems. Shanata koti dariti kotora tanta si totora chukosh tata wachi ta yananai chukoto tai shotota yarata shi yanayatana yanai karaiti shurana yanai yanai yokoko shananai chachi that darayaya toko shira Porsche kanyana shokoko tayana kida tetia katara shokoro tina nana no shanayana. Onayana shi anai okor na katia karaku storai kata shura na yanukoto ifkoto storan darain yakata yato kotorin darai shi rataya o tiati katai niai.
I'm not really sure I want to open my eyes again.
It was nice.
It was beautiful. It was so soothing. And I ended up like flowing and I met a being.
Oh wow.
And he pointed down and he said, look, and what I was first image he showed me, or she showed me, was like my brain was the top of a tree and the heart was the roots. And then he showed me, then I reached up to another level, and then there was another crown of the tree, and the roots went deeper, and it went on and on and on and on. It's like, this what's it called, babushka dolls,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
doll within doll within doll within doll. It was tree within tree within tree within tree within tree throughout the entire galaxy. And he was so beautiful. He was standing. Do you see the connection? And then he said, do you see the need why we always emphasize the balance? The top can't be bigger than the strength of the roof,
Mhm.
ever, ever.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I was like, wow! I never seen it like that before,
Mm.
and it was so beautiful. Let me see if I can maybe ask him to share the energy. Uh, see what's happened. Kiana menai, yokotomen yakashataya yokodini mini naya, eketona mena ashoketini yaka, anameneshiakatana menetia koyo, ayakenene shana kiakotonoma, iokototo shotoritiata, akiakotona menitiasha, akoshonomeni kiotonaka. Agosho tanamani gosha, eyakiosho tanamani, yakatanamane esta kianatishiana. And he says, remember, wherever you are, you're always, always the center of your universe, of the universe, of the universes. You are always, always the center. And he also shows me that there is a reason why this tree is being used as a symbolic, because he said, as the tree is allowed to grow, look at all its gift. It can provide shade, it can prevent firewood, trees can provide fruit. It's like everything you need to be sustained. It just gives and gives. It's a true service. And all the time, there's one quality that is always present. It's presence. You will never meet a tree that is not present. Kionamako keshatana yakata. Ayakokotona shetio toyan. Ayamana iokosta. Ayakatan tio no ashanamana yakata yakota toyo shunanyaka. Yakatan mai maya niokostaya. Kiotono iokota.
I don't know. Yeah, that's beautiful. And when you were talking about being the center of the universe, it gave me the idea that it would help people to trust that they are a multidimensional being,
Yeah,
that everything is perfectly orchestrated.
yeah.
So let's help people with such a, it's not a remembering, but it's a re-establishing of that knowledge.
Mm.
So in all time and space to establish the knowledge of that every being is the center of all universes. That this is knowledge we can remember, we can regain, we can regather. So it's very important that we all step into that system of trust and belief. Shorashiyashariyashi. Shoranayana Sharayadai Shadashukotoraya Shunyanya Shuraden Yadai Shuroroyo Shotariti Shiradayan Naradai Yodoyada Yahi Yori Shadadai Shoradaya Yorido Shuradaya Yario Shotoria Yadio Shadaya Yadoi Yoti Shadada Yoto Yatai Nandarada Shota Shi Otorarai Shuro Korada Torada Torada.
I I got this beautiful image that it was like this divine feminine goddess, very etheric but very present. She was kind of holding a baby. And she said that this is how the soul holds the body. It allows the body to grow, to expand, to express, to have experiences. But as the mother, she's always there. Soul is always there, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The mother never stops caring about the child, no matter what experiences the soul that child takes,
Mm-hmm.
ever. It's deeply rooted within. It cannot be different. You can be angry, you can disapprove, you can do whatever, but the love can never, never, ever disappear.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I was like a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit into that state. It was no. It's nice. It's nice to just allow yourself to be overwhelmed by beauty
Of
and
course.
by sacredness, and because also I used to say that this entire journey is a journey of remembering everything we forgot. And every time there's a new door open, it's like you get into a new room and say, wow. And it's a beautiful feeling because it's a feeling of expansion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
But it's overwhelming. I think because we are not used to get the experience, understand the emotion,
Yeah.
feel it and live it, and
Yeah.
then let the emotion go because we always hang into it. We're
Mm.
not used to for powerful emotions like being overwhelmed or be completely deeply sad at a certain moment, and afterwards have a big laughter. We're just topping off all the emotions because we are normally hanging into it. And so maybe that could be interesting to help to really lift the emotion, but also to really leave the emotion.
Let it flow.
To let it go and let it flow,
Yeah.
so that if it goes, and then Mother Earth can make beautiful medicine of it, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful again. So what I want to do is for the collective to open the gates for really understanding, feeling, and living the emotions. At the same time, that we also understand that we are able and willing to really, really let go of all the emotions in any experience we undergo or whatever experience we feel. Arsh aya shataya aho. Ash anyana ash tukukosta a ash ai to kor arach a arish kotor ai nyara ar a shara okt. Ash or ashtak ar art onunat at yorat ashtot oi or ar ai arsh uft ai ai utk yash.
That was such a beautiful reminder for my body to remember we are not here to hold energy anymore. We are here to flow energy.
Yeah.
And immediately my energy started to flow out my feet. As I know, as one of the first wavers, our purpose was actually to bring the energy into our bodies and to hold it, because there was many times where it wasn't possible to anchor it.
Mm-hmm.
And that too can become a pattern for many of us, that we tend to hold everything, hold it and radiate it instead of allowing it to flow and let the process go by itself. And there was this interesting thing that took place as this came true, because I was immediately connected to something that looked like a very crystalline sun or whatever in the earth, center of the earth, that actually wanted to express. So I'm just going to see what.
Yes.
I'm getting hot. See what comes there from below. Mm-hmm. Ashme no yukoto shono meni akatana mana eka eshatini mani akana da 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 deya kono eta eya kishina akoi koto shtana aike akata amashiko aki tono mita kaya shan. Ui shini mini akatana na yakatana eshanemani okotono akia katana shanmene huina hasha hasha akio kenemena shaka kio kotone menikia kanata shanade akatini atenemeni akashatana kia tonono meni akatataya ne ashkoyotono miti akaya kanane katos nemeni akai keketemeni ata kionosho ammeniak ashti Husha nia kito kinamana akatana na sheto toto ora mana katio toto no na kara tata 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 kio toto no mene ika akio koto no 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 meni akashta yoko amana kashta kio do krata meni arkitia toto mene tia kasha Femeni o koshe meni kiaka ayanoya kotoi kiaka tatamiana aya ashia kotoya meniaka io kotono emia manasha yokoto yokoto matia. There is this like crystalline ball or core or whatever. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it looks like a crystalline sun that I was connected to in the earth. And it worked up and connected to a similar point out.
Yeah.
And there was a remembrance or a reminder that go both ways. It's equally important to bring the energy up because we're here as a conduit. And there are places in our universe that actually need that flow that we can offer at the same time as we need what is being offered down through us. So to be aware that there is an exchange both ways. And it felt like an expansion of a new field with new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say just one thing more. It holds a balance in this process for us. Because if we can be stable in, let's call them both polarities, both points, then our ability to be a conduit of energy is stronger and actually in a way more beneficial for the whole. Because then we really not only anchor energy into the crystalline grid, but we are also capable of extracting all the wisdom and information that is constantly being downloaded from the cosmic realms into. And there's something I remember that took place some years ago when this crystalline green actually became more what they call operative online, became more online functioning. Because it was an old saying or prophecy or whatever that in this time the masters would be present on the earth with their wisdom. And everybody believed, oh, they're going to come down and walk around us and all this stuff. But what was really took place was that they downloaded their wisdom and information on the grid, accessible for us. But in order to access it, we need to go down and receive it from there.
Yeah.
So there is a whole wisdom field accessible for us when we dare to dive in a bit.
Yeah.
Dive down a bit.
Like Earth Akasha field.
Yeah. It's very strong. It's like I'm standing in a crystalline beam between those 2 points. It's very comfortable.
Sounds good.
But I'm a little bit Robert. I'm a little bit right now.
I must say that these frequencies were really powerful, and uh, they were not easy today.
No, because there's something new. It's like we have stepped into a completely new field of energies,
So
of,
it's not.
of anything.
So
Yeah.
the title is not what's next, but what's new.
What's new and what's next, and how can we deal with it? And it's also interesting to do a session like this, to just allow whatever shows up to come through and see where does it take us, and what information is in it for that we can benefit from the next week and the next week and the next week.
Wherever, wherever, never, ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So maybe you can give a little blessing
I would love to.
from the trees.
Yes, I would love to. Amia nia akea keta amashamani kiokono toya. Ashina ma ai kia katono matiu ashamanai kia namaniu. Io kotokaya eshanamani ia katatoi ia katati. Ashanamania matia matia matia.
Yeah, applause.
Yay!
Beautiful. Are there words to it?
What?
Are there words to it?
It's about being present, being love, dare to be the true you. You came here to shine. What shines through you is the new creation. Through shining, you are creating. You shine new patterns into this realm of reality. You shine new possibilities. You shine a deeper and more profound love than ever felt in a human body. Because you are the center of your universe. And so it is.
So it is. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Inger.
Mm. Thank you, trees.
Yeah. And I think that everybody who listens to this can feel this is a very powerful one.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to have an ending which is really soft and gentle.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm complete.
Okay. Me too. So everybody, thank you for listening again. If you want to contact Inger on Facebook, it's always possible. If you want to contact me on Facebook, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. If you have any questions, please ask them. And if you have any comments, please let them know. Because we love to hear from you and love to hear your response. I will put this on Facebook. I will put this on YouTube. So please, if you want to share it, sharing is caring. And because this was a different one than all the ones we did before. So maybe this is a good moment to have a reaction or feedback from you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Also because there's been so many shifts the last week, so many solar flares, so many shifts in consciousness that it's like we need to see where we are and be very gentle with yourself, because we're still in a place where the core patterns are coming up.
Yeah.
And I know you got a course of something with core patterns, don't you?
Core healing,
core healing. Yeah,
core wounds healing on Thursday with Nicola.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm convinced after Sunday with this light language, which opened deep core wounds, will be very powerful in this time
Yeah.
period. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a time for full clearing, and
Yeah.
it's intense, it's challenging, and we love you for doing it. Thank you.
Yeah. And don't forget you were part of the grid. So
Yeah,
we work all together.
yeah, we are.
See you next time, I hope. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for Inga for all this beautiful information. And let's
Thank
do it
you.
again.